So, you want to finish the Dragon's Back race. I mean, where to start? First of all, I am a 2023 Dragon's Back race finisher, so for all intensive purposes, I'm a Dragon Slayer. So I figured I would share some tips to hopefully give you the best chance of finishing the race. Now this is being recorded about 5 weeks out from 2025, so hopefully it's good timing for a few of you that are racing this year, if you're watching this at a later date, and hopefully some useful, helpful tips for then. So the tips, in no particular order, except for maybe this one, which I think is probably one of the most important tips, is keep moving. Like, it's a long distance, every day is a big day. You might be looking at day number one and thinking, oh, it's only 30 miles, 31 miles. I can do that in my sleep. Don't do that. It's the reason why the top runners take 8.5, 9 hours to finish day number one, because it's a beast of a day. The best way to combat that is to just keep moving. Don't waste time at the water point. Just fill your water up, get moving. Same at the support point, get in there, top your nutrition up, sort your water out. If there's something that you need to organise or do it. But as soon as you've done it, get out. Do not spend too much time sitting down, because think of it this way: if you spend 30 minutes sitting down at that support point and you're walking at, we'll say, 20 minutes per mile, nice easy pace, right? You have just wasted 1.5 miles of distance just by sitting there for half an hour. So it might be tempting to sit down, have a rest, but don't. Keep on moving. Tip number 2, apologies if I don't give you my full attention. Timing and all of the suggested times for the checkpoints, especially the checkpoints. Now they have got on the map, as I'm sure you're aware, they have sort of a time stamp on there of like cut-offs and a suggested arrival time. Now be very mindful, these times that are allocated on there, they are sort of loosely designed to get you into camp for 10 p.m. Now if you're getting into camp at 10 p.m, that's the end of the day. You need to be in earlier. Now I know psychologically that if you look at a map and you know you've got 3 hours to travel what looks like 2 miles, that most people will slow down and think, oh, I've got loads of time, I ain't got to be there for another 3 hours. That is a problem. Don't be looking at those time markers as you've got loads of time to get there. In fact, personally, don't even look at them unless they're going to give you a kick up the arse. I don't look at them because I know that if I'm stood there or walking or running and I'm thinking, oh, I've got 5 hours before I need to be there, I'm probably going to slow down. So back to the previous tip, keep moving. Don't let that time stamp on that map be a reason to slow down, especially while you're out on the mountain and in the hills. Just keep sticking it in your mouth and eating it. Don't think, oh, I'm not hungry, because you want the energy later, not now, and your body's got to process it. So keep that eating going. On the same note, same with water, keep that water getting in you, keep hydrating. Then at the end of the day, when you get back to camp, most important thing, even before you set your bed up, make sure you get more water in you. Hydration is the #1 thing you need, so get it in you. And then get some food, get some chips, stick some soup over the top of it. Best thing ever. Pacing. How do you pace yourself for something as epic as a Dragon's Back race? The reality is, it's all individual. I can't give you any solid things to go by, but do suggest you work to your strengths. So if you're a strong climber, then sort of maximize those climbs. Don't go into the red, of course, but utilize that strength. Likewise, if you're strong on those runnable sections, but you know you're shocking on a climb, then don't go into red trying to get up that climb, except it's going to be a little bit slower, and know that you'll be able to make up some of that time on those runnable sections that you're stronger on. Also, a slight tangent, look at this view. So I'm sure you're aware it is self-navigated. That means there are no markers out on course telling you where to go. However, we're given a map at registration, and we're given access to GPX files, and we're also given an electronic map by Avenza, I believe it is, and they are all fantastic ways of getting around the course. You can just get around the course following your GPX watch if you're fortunate enough to have one. So I got round in 23. What I would say is you may see people take a different route to you. There are probably people that have recce'd the route or run it previously and know of a shortcut, or they're going for a little trail poo, or worst case scenario, they are lost and going the wrong way. I would advise not following people unless you want to check your map, make sure it's not a mandatory route you're on, and you've got an idea of where they're going and how to get back on course if you get lost. So I would prioritise just following the little line on your watch. It's great. That being said, please do make sure you know how to read a map, and if all your electronics decide to go on the fritz, you can at least navigate yourself somewhere safely, if not follow the course. Tied into pacing is, this is your race. Make sure you run it at your pace. It's going to be tempting at times to group up with people and maybe slow your pace to keep company with each other, and that's fine, but you've got to be back to camp by 10 o'clock. If that pace drops off and you start coming down to a crawl, you are compromising your race. Now obviously, on the flip side, that person's maybe moving a tiny bit faster than you, and you can get on that gravy train and they can pull you along, then go for it. But just be careful, you're out there running your race, not theirs. So if they're moving slow, wish them well and get going. Another danger of running with others is if they're having a particularly tough time and they're in a bit of a negative headspace, they could soon drag you down with them. uses up a lot of energy being negative. So if you're feeling good and someone's negative around you, I mean, of course try and cheer them up, but make way and get on going on. Don't let them drag you into that negative headspace either. And while we're talking about, sorry, these stairs are slippy. While we're talking about that negative headspace, you are more than likely going to feel like shit at some point during the race. And if you're like me, you'll probably want to quit at some point as well. The only advice I can give for that is to listen to those people that are telling you to keep going, and just do as you're told. When that volunteer or fellow runner tells you to pick your feet up and stop sulking and get out of the support point or the water point or the checkpoint or that little hole you found yourself, just get up, just do it. Be grumpy with them in your head, like shout and swear at them in your head, and just get on and do it. I am very grateful for the people in 2023 who convinced me to keep moving on day number 3 when I wanted to quit, and who managed to convince me I could finish day number 5 when I was in a mess physically. Whew. And quickly on that note, thank you. If you're watching this, thank you for helping and supporting and getting me out of those support points. And if you're not watching, well, thank you for helping and supporting and getting me out of that support point. Cheers. But I'm aware I've not spoken about kit, because you should have it ready by now. Not spoken about camp life either, and I've not spoken about packing your camp bag, your overnight bag, or your drop bag, which is your support point bag. If you'd like me to go over any of those specific areas, then let me know down in the comments, and I'll make a separate video going through some details on how I approach them and what I think is a useful way to do things. I hope these tips have helped out. If there's anything you think I've missed, again, let me know down below. And if there's anything that has helped or has given you a little bit of an idea, and amazing, and again, just let me know. Feedback and comments is always welcome. Have a good day and see you on the start line.